The story begins with a girl named Sophia, a shark researcher. She and her team were in the Pacific Ocean, tracking a shark named Lilith. They had been monitoring Lilith for a long time and were still wondering when she would appear on their radar again. Their plan was to take a sample from her and conduct further research. Suddenly, the radar picked up signals, indicating that Lilith might be approaching their area. Without hesitation, the 4 members of the team, including Sophia's husband, dived into the ocean to search for her. While searching, they came across a massive baby whale. Despite being young, its size was enormous. The disturbing part was that the baby whale was dead, with half of its body missing. The team began to wonder who could have killed this whale. That's when the whale's killer came into view. Yes, it was none other than Lilith, who now appeared right in front of them. Seeing Lilith, the team was terrified. 2 months ago, when they had last examined her, she was only 2.5 meters long. Now, she was almost 7 meters in size. This meant that in just 2 months, she had grown 3 times larger, a shocking revelation. The wise choice at that moment would have been to prioritize their safety, but Sophia's husband made a fatal mistake. Despite staring death in the face, he insisted on taking a sample. To do so, he stabbed Lilith to extract it. What happened next was chaos. Lilith lost control and attacked the 4 team members, tearing them to pieces. From the boat, Sophia and her friend witnessed the horrifying scene, frozen in fear. When there was some calm, Sophia jumped into the ocean, hoping that someone might have survived. Tragically, she only found pieces of the team members' bodies, brutally killed by Lilith. Blood was everywhere. Lilith, now a monstrous presence, appeared in front of Sophia. The shark attacked her and dragged her into the ocean, but somehow, Sophia managed to save her life. The scene shifts to 3 years later. Sophia had stopped researching sharks and now worked as an aquarium guide, teaching children about marine life. The children loved her stories, and it seemed she had moved on from her traumatic past. We are introduced to Mika, a marine activist running a company called Saviors of the Sea. Its mission was to protect marine life and ensure the safety of all sea creatures. Mika, while researching, discovered that Lilith, the shark Sophia had studied years ago, was now heading toward the Seine River in Paris. She sought Sophia's help to examine and track Lilith. Sophia, however, dismissed it as unimportant, explaining that sharks often move between locations due to weather changes. She added that sharks, including Lilith, couldn't survive in freshwater and would likely return to the ocean before entering the river. Sophia's traumatic past also held her back from getting involved, so she declined Mika's request and left. Meanwhile, 2 boys near the Seine River discovered 2 small missiles in the water. The police arrived and collected the missiles, explaining that remnants from World War II, such as shells and small missiles, were often found in the river, and there was nothing to fear. That night, Mika went to the Seine River with her friend to investigate a car accident, suspecting that Lilith had already entered the river. Mika's friend dove into the river and found markings indicating the presence of a large shark. However, the police arrived to stop them, as unauthorized investigations were illegal. The police detained Mika, while her friend managed to escape. Sophia, on the other hand, was able to track Lilith and confirm that the shark had indeed entered the Seine River. The next morning, the police recovered the body of the car accident victim. The condition of the corpse shocked everyone. Half of it was missing. It was evident that some large animal had attacked and eaten part of the body. Sophia and Mika, now working with river authorities, informed them that the culprit was undoubtedly Lilith. Sophia warned them that they needed to stop the shark to prevent more deaths. However, Mika misunderstood Sophia's intent, assuming she was advocating for the shark to be killed. As a marine activist, Mika believed it was wrong to harm Lilith, even though the shark was killing people. Mika began working secretly to save Lilith from being hunted by the authorities. The next day, Sophia and the officers went to the Seine River with a plan to capture the shark. Sophia assisted them in tracking Lilith, and everything was progressing well. Just as they were about to locate the shark, Mika interfered. Using the help of her hacker friend, she disrupted Sophia's tracking signals, rendering the team unable to locate Lilith. This put the officers in danger, as they were now in the river with no way to track the shark. Fortunately, Lilith changed her route, allowing the officers to escape unharmed. This, however, escalated the situation. Lilith was now roaming freely in the Seine River, posing a direct threat to the city. The officers informed the mayor, who was deeply concerned. The Seine River was set to host a major event in a few days, and the mayor refused to cancel it. She insisted that the shark be dealt with immediately. Meanwhile, Mika secretly recorded a video and shared it with other marine activists. In the video, she accused the government of planning to kill Lilith and other sharks. She urged her fellow activists to take a stand, even if it meant risking their lives. Mika called for a meeting that night in the catacombs of Paris, a vast underground tunnel network beneath the city. She shared her plan with her colleagues, but one of them betrayed her by informing the police. The officers learned that the shark was currently in the catacombs. As night fell, Mika and a group of marine activists entered the catacombs to protect Lilith. The officers and Sophia arrived shortly afterward, having been tipped off about Mika's plan. An argument broke out between the officers and the activists. Amid the chaos, Mika jumped into the river flowing through the catacombs to demonstrate that sharks were not dangerous to humans. However, she was proven gravely wrong. A shark, though not Lilith, appeared, accompanied by many others. These sharks, contrary to Mika's belief, attacked mercilessly. Mika was attacked and killed, her body torn to pieces. The activists, horrified, realized their mistake and fled in panic. The sharks attacked several activists, killing many. Blood filled the river, and the catacombs became a gruesome scene. The survivors managed to escape, but they came to understand the harsh reality. Not all animals can be saved, and some are indeed dangerous predators. During the chaos, one shark was killed. Upon examining it, Sophia discovered it was a 2-month-old female, surprisingly pregnant with numerous baby sharks. What shocked her further was the rapid reproductive process of the shark, capable of giving birth to large numbers of offspring at a young age. These offspring inherited a unique adaptation from Lilith, allowing them to survive in freshwater. Sophia realized that hundreds, possibly thousands, of these sharks could be living in the catacombs. The decision was made to carry out controlled explosions in the tunnels to eradicate the sharks. The next day, the much-anticipated swimming event on the Seine River took place. The public was unaware of the shark threat, as the mayor refused to cancel the event for personal and political reasons. To mitigate risk, trained Marines and officers were deployed in the river to monitor for sharks. A large net was placed on one side of the river to trap any approaching shark. Meanwhile, Sophia and her team headed to the catacombs to plant explosives in key locations. Once everyone reached their positions, Sophia and a senior officer ventured deeper into the dark tunnels. As the officer switched on his flashlight, a horrifying scene unfolded. Thousands of juvenile sharks surrounded them. Despite their small size, these sharks were terrifyingly strong, capable of tearing a person apart. The team successfully planted the explosives. However, just before they could detonate them, a shark attacked the senior officer. Injured but determined, he managed to trigger the explosions, killing many of the juvenile sharks. He was quickly pulled to safety. Sophia returned to the river, where she spotted Lilith. The shark, visibly distressed, swam past the corpses of her offspring, clearly enraged. She tore through the net and headed straight toward the site of the swimming event. At the event, chaos erupted as Lilith attacked, slicing a man in half. The river turned red with blood as other sharks, who had survived the explosions, joined the carnage. Swimmers screamed and fled, but the sharks were relentless. In the midst of the chaos, an officer, attempting to shoot Lilith, accidentally struck an undefused World War II missile lying in the riverbed. The explosion set off a chain reaction, triggering other missiles nearby. The massive explosions created a tsunami-like wave, flooding large parts of Paris. Destruction spread rapidly, leaving corpses, debris, and sharks in its wake. Only Sophia and the senior officer survived, watching the devastation around them in horror. Reports emerged that the surviving sharks were moving to nearby areas, and there was a grim realization. They could spread across the globe, becoming a catastrophic threat to humanity. The story concludes on this heartbreaking note, leaving the fate of the world hanging in uncertainty. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.